Hi friends. I wanted to quickly just comment on the situation with Nurse Hannah. I actually know Hannah. She was a traveling nurse here in Washington, and I worked with her at a facility over here in Eastern Washington about, she was about 4 months pregnant, 4 or 5 months. She was 20 weeks, so she's about 5 months pregnant when I worked with her. And I'm shocked. First and foremost, Hannah loves her son. She was a good mother. This is what I experienced when I worked with her. I was the supervisor. She was a traveling nurse. She was very pleasant. She did her job. She did not get involved with drama. She came to work and she worked hard. She loves her son. Her and I talked, we had a little Taco Tuesday thing going on, or taco, I don't know, somebody made enchiladas or something, and we had like a little taco bar, and Hannah and I were on a break, and we sat and visited for quite a while, for about half an hour or so, and she told me about her family and where she's from and everything, and her father is a physician. She comes from a good family, and again, I'm not saying that somebody can't be a bad person if they came from a good family, but she comes from a family of, healthcare. At least her father's a healthcare worker. I can't remember what she said her mom does. I think she has several brothers and sisters. Her and her husband and her little boy at the time. She just had the little boy at the time and was pregnant with her second child. Excuse me. They were here in our area staying with friends, and they also, I think they had family in the area as well, or friends that they wanted to spend some time with. She was here during the summer. I want to say it was summertime she was here. Early summer, late spring, early summer. I didn't see any of what the internet is going crazy about. She loves her little boy. She's not a violent person. She was very good with the patients. She was a very good nurse. Again, I'm really shocked. Like, I didn't know all this was going on. I just happened to see it on, I think it was Jessica Kent's page. I follow her, and so I also follow Ashley Clark Huffman, I think. And I was watching both of those gals' they came on, their latest videos came on my page as I was scrolling my For You page or whatever, my following page, people I'm following, and I see them talk about Nurse Hannah, and I'm just listening along because she's a nurse. I hear nurse something, and I'm going to listen because I'm a nurse and I want to know what's going on. So they talk about this Nurse Hannah and how she's abusing her child, and then one of them, Jessica Kent's video, she played a little clip from Hannah's video. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Hannah. That's the Hannah that I worked with. And I'm shocked. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I did not see any of bad behavior going on. Like I said, I don't know. I never saw that. And I saw her in person, and I knew her in person. Again, I don't know her well. I know her, just a couple of months of working with her. But I think that, I don't know. I just think that really people take things way out of context, and I follow Hannah. I've followed her the whole time. Now, I haven't seen her videos for a long time because for whatever reason, she doesn't come up on my page, and I'm going to be honest, I sort of forgot about that I follow her because I haven't seen her in months. And I was shocked when I saw all these videos about her. I don't know. I really hope that I hope that people aren't just taking a rumor and running with it and possibly ruining a young woman and her family's life. Please be mindful of that. Nobody knows unless you're friends with somebody on TikTok and you, or any social media platform, if you don't know them in person, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know. All I know is I'm shocked by all of this, and I'm just like, wow. You know, it's just, it's crazy. So anyway, I love you, friends. I think Hannah she was I don't know. She was a good nurse when I worked with her. She seemed to very much love her son and her husband, and she was excited for her new baby on the way. And I really hope that these things aren't true, because I really hope they're not true. I pray they're not true. I really do. Anyway, friends, have a good night. God bless you. Bye.
Hi, sorry for, I have a pimple patch here, and I'm sorry I look terrible. I just woke up. So I did watch some of the videos. Stop it, my dog is driving me crazy. I did watch some of the videos, and I can see, you know, like I said, that's why I said, like, I never saw anything when I knew her that was alarming. But again, yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is that it was so shocking for me, because I didn't know. That was the last thing that was, in my mind when I knew Hannah. Because she was a good nurse. Excuse me. She didn't get involved in drama at work. She did her job. The only thing I will say is this, that I do think lends a little credence to the possibility that this is for views. And the reason I say that is because when I worked with her, I talked with her about, excuse me, she had filmed a video in our med room, and I was like, hey, like, please don't do that. We can't have you doing that here. And she's like, okay, well, I didn't have any, sorry, my dogs are being rats this morning. Anyway, I said, I can't have you in the med room. We just can't have that. Obviously it's a HIPAA violation. We can't have you doing that. And then I started talking to her about TikTok, because I said, well, I'm on TikTok. I certainly don't have the amount of followers she has. At the time that I knew Hannah, which was last spring, I think it was around April. I was thinking about that last night. Sorry, my lashes are going crazy too. I'm a hot mess this morning. Anyway, I apologize. I just saw your comment and wanted to respond. But it was like around April. Maybe it was May. Anyway, it was in the spring, summer months. But early summer, not late summer. She had like 30,000 followers, and she was telling me, she's like, well, this is how you get followers. And, she's like, a lot of times you have to lie. And this is direct quote from her. Sometimes you have to lie, because that's what gets the views. You got to do what gets the views. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so she was talking about in the context of, I think she made herself sound like a scandalous nurse, so that, excuse me one second. Okay. So at the time that I knew her, the big thing that was that there had been many videos made about her. She sort of went viral at that time because she's like, well, I'm an LPN, and there's no difference between, there's very little difference between me and an RN, and I can do just about what they can do, and blah, 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 blah. And there was several nurses who fired back at her, like, there is a difference, and you need to be respectful. Like, you just don't work outside of your scope. Like, hello. And anyway, so there was a little bit of backlash about that. and so she had made the comment, she's like, sometimes you have to lie. And she's like, I get brand deals and I get, companies wanting to work with me. And she's like, I get a lot of things for free because I work, I've gained this many followers. Now, in no way did she ever say she does anything dangerous or, never, ever did she say she was abusive toward her son or that she would, go to that length for views. She didn't say anything like that. And she really didn't say she was, she said nothing about like doing anything drastic for views. Just that sometimes you have to stretch the truth. Sometimes you have to lie a little bit, so that you can get views, so people will pay attention. So that's why there was a comment above that said, maybe she's probably doing this for views and it went too far. I think that's probably accurate because every time I talked with her, her whole life revolved around her son. And, so like I said, I may be wrong. I may be totally wrong, but it just really, I just don't want to see somebody lose their nursing license, their ability to raise their children because of a misunderstanding on TikTok. And if she is doing those things for views, if she's trying to make it look like she's abusive to get people talking, then you know what? you're going to get what comes to you because you're going to have to deal with people wanting to be protective of her child. But yeah, so that's where I'm coming from. That's all I know. And there was another comment above, have I ever been with her and her son? No, I have not. I've only had her, say, I got to go get my son. I've got to go, we're going here today. We're going there today. We have a lot of things to do in this area, as you do in every area. And she took her son to all the fun things here. And, it seemed like her and her husband's life revolves around their son. And now they've got a second child. I think it's a little boy too. But anyway, so yeah, that's all I know. That's all. I'm just still in shock about the whole thing. And I hope and pray everything goes better and works out for everyone. I pray to God that her little boy, that she's not abusing her child, that her husband's not abusing their child. And if they're doing it for views, they need to stop. Like, hello, this is crazy. But yeah, that was just kind of like my initial reaction. I had just seen these videos and I'm like, what is happening? This is nuts. When you see somebody's face that like you've met in person and you've worked with, it's a little shocking. Like they're going viral for all the wrong reasons. And you're like, wait a minute. This is totally foreign to what I know of this person. So anyway. Have a great day. Thank you for your comment. God bless. Bye-bye. Hi, Kim. In a reply to your comment, it says, when you worked with her, were you aware that she was choosing to not get any prenatal care and had never seen a doctor? No, I was not aware of that. I used to be a traveling nurse. I was a traveler for 3.5 years. And I just stopped traveling in 2022. So it's December. It's been 2 years this month that I stopped traveling. And as a traveler, you have insurance on day one. So there's no reason that she shouldn't have went to the doctor. Now, I will say that when she worked with me, the reason that she didn't stay her full 3-month contract is because she was not being paid. That's what she said, that her company was not paying her, and she ended up not coming to work I want to say it was like she worked there, I think, for 2 months. I want to say she was there for 2 months because she, I want to say she was there for 2 months. But anyway, I remember she was talking with our administrator trying to figure out why she wasn't paid. Oh my gosh, it's all coming back to me now. Okay, she started there with us in mid-April. beginning of April, or at least she signed on in April, because the administrator that we had previously is the one who like approved her contract, and then we got a new administrator in the interim, either right before or right after she started her contract, because when you are a travel nurse, you know, you agree to your contract. It takes a few weeks to go through all your compliance stuff, you know, drug screen, excuse me, your physical, go lay down, drug screen, physical, just all the things, all the paperwork, the immunizations, everything you have to do for each state or each place that you go to, in order to work there. So it's not like when you accept the job, you start that day. It's usually a couple of weeks before you start from when you accept the contract. So anyway, she was working with this travel company. And when I was a traveler, I worked with the only bigger name travel companies, because I was, you know, I didn't know any other travel companies. I worked with Medical Solutions and Career Staff. So, you know, those are the big travel nurse companies that I worked for at the time. The company she was working for, I'd never heard of. And it almost sounded, I remember talking with her about it, it almost sounded like she was being scammed, because she was not getting paid. And she's like, I've been here for 3 weeks. I haven't been paid yet. I'm going to tell you one thing. As a traveler, if I were I wouldn't I would be like, well, I don't work unless I'm being paid. Because as a traveler, you're paid weekly. You have insurance on day one. And you're paid every Friday. So if that happened to me and I was a traveler, you know, and I was in the same position, I would be like, well, I don't come back to work until I have my paycheck. So I don't work for free, right? None of us do. We shouldn't be working for free. So anyway, she was dealing with that craziness for several weeks. But yeah, she should have had insurance on day one. Again, maybe that's why she didn't go. I don't know for sure, but I am shocked that she didn't get further medical care. That's why she left us, is so she could go find another assignment that was going to pay her, find another travel company that was going to pay her appropriately. So yeah, but no, I was not aware that she did not get medical prenatal care. That's, you know, again, so many things that just don't make sense. Again, that's why my whole reason for making that initial video was just shock that this seemingly normal person that I worked with thought she was normal, had many conversations with her, not, you know, not my best friend, not, you know, not even a friend, just an acquaintance, just, you know, supervisor, you know, employee conversation. Nothing major. But I absolutely, you know, like did not, I'm just shocked by it. So I'm not saying that none of these things could have happened. Not at all. I'm just shocked by it, because she did appear to love her son. She talked about him all the time. She seemed to be very concerned with, you know, what she was doing with, you know, where they were going, where they're going to take their son. They're going to go do fun things as a family. You know, she seemed to be a good mom. Again, that doesn't mean anything. You know, that means nothing. We know that. But yeah. So sad. I hope her second little one is okay too, her second baby, because I did not know she didn't receive prenatal care at all. So, or not at all, but at least, I don't know. Did she ever receive prenatal care? Did she ever? Obviously she had her baby, so I don't know. Anyway, God bless you. Thank you. Bye.